Hey everybody, welcome back to round 2 of this edition of Not Playing Magic with me, Mike, your host, playing as Not. So, we're not going to mulligan here on the play. Our opponent does have a slow green-black deck. He's got a Snare the Skies to consider, but he also has the Craterhoof Behemoth. So if we let him play out very long, we risk eating Behemoth goo, which is not a spot we want to be in. Okay, Descendant's Path early is fine. It's not exactly what I wanted without an accelerator, but we'll take it. Not sure what our opponent could be doing for 1 there. Okay. Alright, well, let's see if he got his Peddler. He did. I don't think he would straight up trade on it, but I don't think we're going to give him the option to. That Death Touch really gets in the way of what we want to do, so we do want to get that out as quickly as possible. I'm going to make an interesting play here and tell me what you guys think, and making this guy my call to serve target this early. He's just going to lead to a lot more damage coming through early on, plus a Flying Trample with a 3-butt is actually a good card. So, especially considering we'll fly over or through this guy. There's a great card to have ripped. Gonna play this out, and even if we get stuck on 3 mana here, I feel like we've still got a very strong line of play. So on our next turn, if he doesn't play out a creature, our opponent will be taking a fair amount of damage in any scenario. He may want to just play the land and hold up the mana. That's fine, because he's about to get Fervent Cathard. And on the next turn, he's going to get, we're going to get protection on whoever we deem valuable. So, we're going to be swinging in for a fair amount here. Okay, so our opponent takes a fair amount of damage on this turn. So he's got the Avenger that he's going to trade off, I suppose, for our Riot Ringleader. Okay. Unless he's got a Bone Splinters also. Okay, so he brought him in and didn't block with him. That could be pretty poor for our opponent. I think that might have just been a misplay on his part. We don't really want to win due to a misplay if that's the case. So if he doesn't get another flyer, we win. Okay, he just took the loss there. That was a very quick start for us, and I think we played it in the right way by getting our call to serve up on our flyer and going from there. So, without seeing anything in our opponent's deck, there's nothing we'll be changing. We're just going to go ahead and, I think, play in. Though knowing he has the Wolf is nice. Though we're still swinging through with team, just to be clear, we're still swinging through with our ringleaders, with our everything, if our opponent's on 4 mana or less. We'll gladly trade off the regen for something in our deck. So our opponent will be playing first. We have a really tough hand here. I don't know that we'll hit runner land, though. This is a hand that, in my bad days, I keep. Am I still in my bad days? This just has so much promise. You know what? It's only game 2. We're not going to mull. We're going to take the chance of running into our land. I suppose we have 2 turns to do it, so. Okay, there's whiff number 1. And once we whiff on our second, the game becomes out of hand for us. So let's hope we don't. And I realize if we lose this game that it was all on mulligan. Alright, well, we're not quite out yet. Our current striker sits on the board. At the very least, we can do our same line of play from last time as call to serving it. Alright, he's representing the Avenger. So we are just going to go ahead and Though saving the call to serve for the Riot Ringleader is probably a better move. We don't know how quickly or how slowly we're going to be playing here. Wait, we don't even have the right mana. That's just me being dumb. So we're not going to swing into his Wolfear Avenger in this case. If our creature was buffed, we would have. But for now, we're not. Alright, so we'll let him get in for 3 here. All the time. Would like to hit our mana. Runner, 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 runner. Alright. There's a start. We want to get our Riot Ringleader in here on this turn. So we can offer him the trade of a Nettle Swine. Alright. He does not bite. We'll see what our opponent decides to do here. He might swing in with Team for 7. We would allow that, only because we still have a faster deck than our opponent. Depending on what he plays out here, though, we may have to reconsider. Alright, a Borderland Ranger. So he has 9 power on board, is what that is. Okay, so we have a couple lines of play here. We bring out a Cathar, and we go for the super aggressive line, which I'm more inclined to do at this point. Or I go ahead and give our Riot Ringleader a 4-butt, but he still has to trade off with the Swine. How much would we be getting in for here? He would be 4, he would be 3, he would be 3. Yeah, we've kind of played ourselves into a corner anyways. And if we hit a mana, we'll haste Zealous, one of his creatures, so... we're going to go in and swing here. Right, let me make sure I didn't miscount. He could do 9, and we have 10, so we're really counting on hitting our land for our Zealous Conscripts. And even if we don't, there's still some combo of Midvast Protector on our next turn that might just push us, depending on what our opponent swings with. If he's got some sort of a spell that just does damage to us, obviously we just lose. Kind of like that. So, yeah, nothing we can do. Kept a greedy hand and had to play it greedily. So we're going to end up taking 10 here. We'll concede this game. So I still don't think we need to do anything differently. We just need to make sure we don't get off to such a shitty start by not keeping 1 land hand. So again, I knew what the problem is there. We just have to be a little bit better. I don't think we're going to be leaving creatures untapped very much. I don't think we need that health. I don't think Aggravate helps. All of his creatures have a 3-butt. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot we could do. I mean, I suppose we could bring out a Trident or something, but Bladed Bracers is fine. Had he not had that Force Mage and we hit land, Zealous Conscripts probably would have went and won us the game. In fact, I know it would have, so... okay. And we have another 1-lander that we have to mull. Okay. I don't want to mull the 5, but I have a 5-lander with all of our land options. We're not going to mull this. It's a dumb keep, I get it, but I would hate to lose on a super mull to 0 or something, so, you know, this is actually turning out just fine. Obviously a misplay there, not getting the Corinne Striker out first. I think I was the one with happy feet that turn. But if we don't start drawing into a full creature, we just get beat pretty handily. Okay, that's a creature. We'll take it. So we have lost out on 1 point of damage, which will be something to consider as the game progresses. We're a couple Cathars away from a blowout, though, so that's good for us. I assume our opponent's got to be playing something at some point, even if it is a Searchlight Geist. Okay, a Swine. Swine slows us. If we hit our Cathar, though, we're in better shape. If we hit a Mountain, we're not really. We'll go ahead and play that out still. Yeah, we can't really afford to attack here, though our opponent getting his board advance at this point is bad for us. Do we want to take 3 for our opponent? No. Doing 3 damage there is not a good game. And if he attacks, we'll just double block. So, or actually, if he attacks with just Boar, we'll let Boar sit. All right, so he's not attacking. And of course, we just run straight into land. Yeah, I think we're gonna just have to still sit back. Our opponent's just getting more and more cards. We need to hit. If we don't hit a creature, it needs to be a Descendant's Path. Okay, so do we want to wipe our board to get rid of this guy? No. We'll take 5 once. And if we're going to win, it's going to be on some Catharing, so. It's a bad card for him to have picked up. Alright, we might save ourselves on a block there with that card, I think. I don't know if there's anything tricky we can do to get in with team here, but then if we do get in with team, we take 11 on our next turn, plus a possible Force Mage, so nothing tricky we can do with Cloud Shift just yet, except for save ourselves from undead executioner damage. Alright. Okay, Vessel is something. Not the something we want. It's gonna fizz because there's nothing in graveyards. We get it. Yeah, I don't really know if we'll take the next 5. Alright, hit his Avenger. We'll really have to think on what we do here. I don't think there's anything that saves us, really. Alright, so he's gonna want to wipe our board. Alright, we're gonna... Actually, so... We're gonna go ahead and kill the boar with our Karun Striker by bouncing our Somber Wald on the Geist. So, yeah, it's a fair line of play, I suppose. It's as good of a use as the Cloud Shift as we're gonna make. Okay. If he's got a Joint Assault or something, that's fine. Okay, so a good 1-for-1 for us, I feel like, if there is such a thing, when you're about to lose the game. Anyways. Alright, Bladed Bracer is just about the worst card to draw into. We're going to be taking money on that Geist again. So we went creature, 1,000,000 lands, and our artifacts. That is not a game-winning curve, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well he's got Vigilance and First Strike at this point, so if we swing through on offense, it doesn't really do much for us. We also don't want to kill the Executioner if on this turn, obviously. So Our opponent's just going to be drawing a lot of cards. He has a lot of mana. We're in a hole that we can't get out of unless we draw our Thunderous Wrath on our next turn. If we can buy time, a Vigilante Justice to Thatcher's does a little bit of work for us, but okay. So I think it's about to be scoop time. But I guess we never know. Crazier things have happened. So there's that Blessings of Nature we passed. So where did he put his counters? Yeah, that still doesn't save us. Nothing we can do save us, so we'll take a game to our opponent. Again, thanks for watching, and I know the comments are going to be, learn how to mulligan, you idiot, and rightfully so. So thanks for watching. I appreciate your guys' time, and we'll see you in the next draft.